We are live. What is up, crew? Make sure, I think I have my microphone way down here. Hold up. We're stuck. Uno momento, por favor. All right. Check 1, 2. Can you guys hear and see me okay? I do not have my sidekick with me. And this is also why we are 5 minutes late, so I apologize for that. We literally 10 minutes ago ran into a flat tire situation, which would normally not be an issue. We just go get it fixed tomorrow, all said and done. But Trista is heading out of town for a family event first thing early tomorrow morning. So she and the tire place closes down at 6, which it's now 5 o'clock right now Pacific time. So she is now getting her tire fixed, but not only getting fixed, I told her just go ahead and get 2 new tires because those things were getting, they were definitely getting bald. So that's where Trista is right now. She's probably going to hop in the chat, but I definitely apologize for not having my sidekick. But I figured I'll hop on here anyways and chit chat for an hour, and we'll probably do another live to make up for that Monday or Tuesday. So I will see what her schedule looks like and we'll get her back on here. So that is a very good question. As you guys probably are following along, I'm going to pull this up. 44 people away from 100K, which still just blows my mind. I started this channel with 0 subscribers, like everyone else. We all start at 0 subscribers, 0 views, 0 videos. And somehow magically, all of you guys kept hitting the subscribe button. So thank you. We're going to do a whole dedicated giveaway video just for crossing 100K and celebrating together. But I would definitely say that 44 people, we're going to hit that within the next, probably before midnight. It's now what, 5 o'clock? I would definitely say before midnight, we're probably going to hit that. So it's really exciting. So thank you all for just choosing to be here, most of all. So let's dive in. It's pretty much open Q&A night. I'm going to have to come back through and change the title of the video to now live Q&A with Chaz, not Trista, because maybe I need to get like a Trista poster board. She can just chill here with me. But thank you guys for showing up here anyways. Much appreciated. And just like always, if you're brand new to the channel, first time in here on a live show, comment below if it's your first time catching us live. And welcome to the channel. So as you guys probably can tell from now, we are a husband and wife, basically a reselling team. And Side Hustle Pros is because we are big fans of developing multiple side hustles, diversifying your income, not putting your eggs in one basket. Our baskets are Amazon and eBay are our primary. And then we also run a couple paid Facebook groups, and that's a service that we provide to sellers. But everything is geared around reselling, which is just a game I love. I have developed such a passion for this thing. It's fantastic. Dr. Holiday, thank you so much for the super chat, man. Much appreciated. First time subscriber and live viewer. Welcome, Lisa. Thank you so much for tuning in. And if you guys are new to live shows, this is basically just open Q&A night. I've got nothing on my agenda tonight unless you guys want to open up some topics you want some opinions on, and that's all this channel is just my personal opinions. So you don't have to agree with everything. That's totally fine. I'm just here to pretty much share my journey along the way. Yeah, we got Gretchen in the house. Shout out to Gretchen, who is our admin, admin support. Could not do the things that we do without her in our lives. So Gretchen, thank you. We have an admin this time. Last week I went live. I forgot to tell Gretchen I was going live. And we had not bad, but we had a couple trolls pop in. What's up, Aspen? VIP member in here. Don't catch many lives, but you're actually on live. Well, welcome to the live show. The nutrition channel is up. I don't have a custom link to it quite yet. It will be in the description of this video. And I've started putting it in the description of all of our videos now moving forward. I don't have a custom link for it yet, so I can't do like YouTube / whatever it is. But if you go to YouTube and just type in Rise Up Crew, that is my fitness brand. And it's a baby YouTube channel. It's got a couple subscribers on it. And I'm basically just going to document my own health and fitness journey on that channel. Look at it this way, because people are asking, what am I going to do on that channel for health and fitness and nutrition stuff? What I'm going to do on that channel is the same thing I did on this channel. I'm going to open up my phone, but instead of saying, hey guys, I'm about to start selling on Amazon and eBay and building a business, I'm going to share the journey. I'm going to do the same thing with my own health and fitness journey. But it's been going phenomenal. I'm down about 10 pounds in the last, we're on week. Well, technically I've been back on track for like 3 weeks. I'm on the official day 5. Almost had 4. Yesterday's day 4. I'm on official day 5 of the YouTube series I'm creating for that channel. I have a ton of clips. I've just been doing them on my phone, and it's called The Comeback. And it's not just getting back to what I considered my best shape, which is when I was doing Spartan race training. And I did 7 Spartan races back to back every single year. Not 7 per year, but 7 total, 1 per year for 7 years straight. And that was the best shape I was ever in. I want to not only get into that shape again, I'm going to completely surpass that and get into the best shape I've ever been in. So that is the comeback. That is my journey to achieving what I would consider my optimal health and wellness, my fitness, all of it. All right. So back to reselling talk. Thank you. Thank you, Matt. I've been working on it. I'm trying to catch up with my my good friend Matt over here. I have not trimmed the beard at all for like a week, which is rare. Usually every single week I'm trimming it down and it keeps it the nice length. But this is the first time I'm going to let it grow, and then I'm going to keep it nice and smooth. And I started using the beard butter, all that stuff. I don't know how, I'm not going to go crazy with it, but I don't know. What do you guys think? I'm thinking like another inch or so, and then keep it nice and shaped. We'll see. I'm probably, when I do grow it out a little bit more, I am going to go like fade into it, make it look clean at least. This does not look clean. This is just crazy. Oh man, primetime sales. Sent you a PM on Facebook about how to send fan mail. Did I get that? I did not get that. Facebook is probably one of the worst ways to message me. If anyone knows by now, my inbox on Facebook and Instagram is constantly at 99 plus. I do pick through it every day. I go through and I answer probably 10, 15, 20 messages a day, just throughout the day. But it's really tough to empty the inbox. So your message is probably bumped down there. But first of all, thank you for the super chat. If you do want a better way to message me, it's through email. I'm very consistent with my email more than any platform. So Chaz, C-H-A-Z, @sidehustlepros.com is my personal email. And I definitely get back to people a lot quicker on that lately. But yeah, it's funny. I've never like put out the whole like fan mail thing, because I know we've got a large enough YouTube channel. I probably would get packages in every week if I just started promoting and throwing it out there. So if you guys want to send stuff, that's more than okay with me. You just need to message me. It's true. Even Gretchen, who's part of our staff, she can't even reach me on Facebook. Sometimes even text message got a little crazy, but I'm hold on. I got to do something real quick. I'm definitely getting better at my messaging. I have been texting back a lot quicker nowadays. Trista just let me know she's getting all 4 tires and not 2 tires. So that means you guys want to see real life right now. This is behind the scenes, truly behind the scenes. I need to transfer money into our personal checking account because I forgot to transfer. I knew we had enough in there for 2 tires. I didn't even think about the fact she might get 4. All right, uno momento. I'll keep answering questions while we go along, but don't mind me while I am looking at my phone transferring money, so she's not going to get declined. How funny would that be if that happened live right now, though? I would get a phone call, and I would put her on speaker. She'd be like, hey, I just got declined. This is probably the worst part. Like, I wish there was just one account for all the money, but it would be so much of a hassle, right? There's constant, like, you got to transfer like the business to the checking. Like, I hate doing all this stuff. I don't like it at all. All right. Transfer money so she can actually pay for her tires. Oh, man. All right. Done. P.S. Her tires are half the cost of my tires. All right. She's good now. She's good. She can pay for her tires. What's up, Lauren? Thank you so much for the super chat. Cool. Yeah, I'll get to my emails tonight. Do I clip my own hair? No way can I do this job. I mean, I can do this a little bit myself on the side. That's no problem. Because I did that. I cut my own hair for 3 years. It wasn't this clean, but I mean, I could do somewhat of a fade on myself. But then when it got to the back half, I mean, I had strips of hair sometimes because I just completely missed it. I would try to beg Trista to come in and fade it in for me. And for a long time, especially if you watch my old videos, even in the last 6 months, I just completely clean buzzed my entire head. But I don't know. I'm kind of digging the shorter look, tiny little thing up front here. But yeah, I definitely don't trim my own hair anymore. Popped in to say thanks. Inventory Lab plus Dymo that I happen to thrift, and bed risers that I just found today. Great combination. That's amazing. Yeah, if you guys don't know, I'm a huge fan. Actually, this is perfect. You can see it right here. If you guys have tables, get them up. Okay. I'm becoming a big fan of just ergonomics. Like right now I'm standing because I'm at my standing desk now. My desk is one of those ones I can hit the clips and it comes all the way up. And then it also goes down to a seated position. But especially when you're dealing with tables, guys, and that's my photo booth for the electronics account. When you're like bent over, taking photos, trying to get like the nice angles and stuff, horrible for the body. Go to Walmart, get some bed risers and toss them up there. Even better, it's in that corner. I just picked up PVC pipe, and I'm going to do a video to show you guys how to use PVC pipe to make a custom length on those tables as well. So that video is going to be coming out next week. But yeah, bed risers, game changer, man. Gretchen, credit card for everything, one transfer at the end of the month. Exact. That's like the ball game I'm getting to. If you've been following me for a while, you kind of follow like little side hints I've given on like our credit score stuff, because we came from horrible personal credit. I destroyed our credit because I racked up credit cards, left them maxed out, and paid the minimums for years. It just wrecked our credit. I have now brought our credit score up over 100 points in the last. I mean, we saw a dip and then we saw a jump, but it's been about 45 days, and I increased our credit score by 100 points. And I'm this close to getting an airlines card for the first time, which I cannot wait to not have to pay for my own flights. It's going to be fantastic. But yeah, that's how I'm going to run everything. Everything's going to go on credit card, and then I just pay those off and rack up my points. Cannot wait for that game. All right, I'm going to try to hammer through. Man, you guys are busy tonight. I'm going to try my best to hammer through here and get to every single question I can. Quick tip, I learned this last week. You can order free boxes on USPS website. I was going and paying for a box and envelope to send my flips, but not I have several hundred. Oh, now I have several hundred free boxes on the way. Yeah, if you guys do not know, I should just do a dedicated video on this. Because I always forget sometimes how when you're brand new, you don't know those little tiny tips, because it's common sense as you go along. But when you're brand new, you don't know. USPS.com, their boxes, their priority boxes and envelopes, all that stuff is free. Like we've got probably 10 or 15 boxes, like case packs of boxes and padded envelopes and stuff like that. So you can get the boxes of them delivered to you for free. Free shipping and everything. So definitely take advantage of that. That's just USPS.com. Martin said if I gave my wife access to the business account, I'd be out of business in no time. I was going to sign up for Planet Fitness, and they want my checking on top of my credit card. What's up with that? I don't know. I think it's just verification of some sort. I have a Planet Fitness membership, and they did the same thing. I think it's because it's so easy to create like a dummy card, right? Think about it. You can go to Walmart. No one on here should do this, by the way, but this is why I think like Planet Fitness has this in play. How easy would it be if they didn't do that, to go to Walmart, get a little dummy card, put like 25 or not 25, put $10 on it, take it to a gym, sign up for the gym, give them your card, and it's going to bill $10 a month, but there's only $10 preloaded on it. And then next month it declines, and then boom, it's a burner card. You cut it up and you're gone, and you got that free membership. I mean, I'm sure that wouldn't work out, but it's just something to do with verification. I don't know the actual reason. No, definitely will not outsource transferring money. I am so on board with outsourcing everything in my life right now. I have outsourced as much as humanly possible right now. But anything dealing with the finances, I've got way too much control issue to let go of any of that. Plus, I'm super OCD, especially with numbers. I don't know why. Like, even from my first job when I worked at Quiznos, my boss at the time taught me to put money in the register with the faces towards the left. And ever since that day, if I put a wad of cash or even just a few bills in my pocket, I can't, if they're not facing all to the left, I take them back out no matter where I'm at. And I have to correct them. Like, I'm that OCD with stuff. It's a curse and a blessing in some cases. What do people get that pay for the Side Hustle Pros monthly membership, the VIP group? A couple different things. One, it's just a close-knit community. And when you have a smaller group of people, the conversation levels tend to be a lot more in-depth than when you have these big face groups. Wow. Facebook groups. I need coffee is what I need right now. I'm on the tail end of my day, so I'm getting to the dragging point. The big Facebook groups are great, but you get a lot of the newbie questions. You get a lot of just like the surface stuff. When you get into a smaller group, and it doesn't have to be my group, but when you get into any type of group that's smaller or a paid mastermind of some sort, the level of conversations are definitely going to be a lot deeper. You're going to learn a lot more on an intimate level that way. We do a weekly live video hangout inside of that group. We bring a topic. We bring guest speakers that come into that group. If it's something I don't know, so when we get we're getting ready to do a Poshmark series. P.S. VIP group members, we got Poshmark on its way. So we're going to be bringing in Poshmark speakers to talk just to that group. Different people with different expertise get to come in there. And then also I share a lot more behind the scenes, actual bolos and leads. So especially during Q4, it was like every day I was just shoving everything I was buying, I was shoving into that group and showing people actually what to go out and buy from which stores. And that's kind of stuff that we do in there. But I will say, with all that being said, unfortunately, the group is closed to new members. We did a video back on October. And November 1st, the group was closed down to new members. So it is capped. But if you want to be put on a wait list for when we do open it back up, I have no date in mind. It's going to be a while. But if we open that back up, you can email me, chaz@sidehustlepros.com. I can get you on a wait list. The background is a legit reseller. It really is. It's cleaner than last time, right? Aside from the boxes, I got to break all the boxes down. But this is a little cleaner than last time when you guys saw it. Trista was mortified when I turned the camera on. She's like, "That's what the background looks like." But did you guys see my actual workstation background upgrade that I did? I'll show you a little sneak peek. Oh no, I can't show you. I've got my webcam like wires and everything I tethered down. I can't really pull this out. I can show you like a little bit. There you get up close and personal. Funko Pops. So I redid my whole background, even put the little LED lights on so I get whatever color I want back there. You'll get, I've done a whole vlog on it already, so you guys will see that Monday, not Monday's episode. Monday, we drop a wholesale vlog, and then later in the week, we'll drop another vlog, which is going to have like the background going up and stuff like that. Hey, there you go. Scored a Dymo 4XL on Facebook Marketplace for $85 with labels. That's even better. Yeah, if you guys don't know, so if you get a brand new Dymo 4XL, which is the one that prints off the big shipping labels, those are usually going to be about $180 if you buy them brand new. That's if you're going through Amazon. You can get a used one off of your local Facebook marketplace, Craigslist. Just look up Dymo 4XL. And I've gotten them as low as $60 before. So you can even buy them at 60 and resell them for like 120. Or you could just keep it. Definitely would recommend getting one. Primetime sales. Send in first 6 FBA boxes with roughly 120% ROI on Monday. Thanks for all your videos. They helped me a ton. Sent 3 more good boxes today. That's amazing. Keep it up. That's where it's at. I love it. Do I use QuickBooks? I'm switching to QuickBooks. For Amazon, I've always used Inventory Lab. It syncs up with your buy costs and your Seller Central, so you get pretty accurate data. So that's done all the accounting so far. And then for all the eBay and other side hustles that we run as well in our businesses, then we have been using GoDaddy bookkeeping. Everyone keeps saying QuickBooks is going to crush it, so I'm going to switch over this year. Wait list for VIP, you just need to shoot me an email. I don't have an official link for it yet, so just shoot me an email. I'm not actively, nor did I ever actively market and like promote it a whole lot because we didn't need to. People see the value in it, and when people see the value in it, it speaks for itself. So I'm not going to actively, create a massive wait list for it because we're not going to open back up for a little bit. But just shoot me an email, chaz@sidehustlepros.com. Yes, Matt. We're going to be doing a seasonal grocery call just for the VIP group, and we actually need to get that on the books. So I will be messaging you. My man Matthew over here is a beast when it comes to well, he's a beast in many ways, especially in the beard game. He's got me trumped, and yeah, he's fantastic when it comes to the grocery game. At what volumes did you start outsourcing? I mean, I don't think you need to be doing lots of volume because we still don't do tons of volume. Sorry, it's getting really freaking hot in here. Forgot to turn the heater off. We still don't do a ton of volume, but you can start outsourcing the second that you run out of time for stuff. Like I don't think you have to be making a ton of cash necessarily to be outsourcing small stuff for cheap. So, I mean, look at virtual assistants, depending on what you need help with. If it's something online, a virtual assistant can do it for $3 or $4 an hour. Most people, even if you're not making much, most people can afford $3 or $4 an hour to get you some time back. So it's when you start to run out of time for projects, whatever you're working on in your business, that's when I'm a fan of outsourcing. Don't let yourself do what I did and get to the point where you're so overwhelmed and burnt out because your plate is full and you can't handle it all yourself anymore, and then hire somebody, because then it's almost like you need this recovery time to get your act back together. So when you start to reach that point of like, I'm really capped on my time, but before you hit the overwhelm stage, that's when it's a good time to outsource. So whether that's, let me give you some examples. When we first outsourced, our very first thing ever was eBay photos. Okay. We outsourced eBay photos to somebody 2.5 years ago, and she still works for us once a week. She comes in for like 4 hours and she just boom, boom, boom. And not over here, that's the electronics account, but this is a light box right here. That's a photo box. So it's got lights. I mean, that thing is bright as hell. So she comes in and she does all the measurements for Trista's clothing. She does all the photos, and Trista's got enough photos to last her the whole week when she creates her listings. And that started at $10 an hour. And then, of course, good employees, you want to pay more over time. So then she got 11 and 12 and working her way up the chain. So that's a great way to start outsourcing if you're doing eBay, is get somebody to take your photos for you, or create your listings. Because I think those are a big waste of time when you should be spending more time sourcing. So when you start to run out of time for all of it, that's when you start to outsource stuff. Same thing for Amazon shipping. I really kicked myself in the butt for not hiring sooner. You guys have seen Ryan. Anyone enjoying seeing Ryan be dropping in the vlogs lately? Just having a blast with this guy. So he started doing all my prepping and shipping for my Amazon product. Game changer, because I spent so many hours, so many late nights here at the office till 1 or 2 in the morning, because I would go out and source all day, or I would get a bunch of OA orders in here, and then I would have to be the one that would stay behind and prep and ship everything. It's extremely exhausting and time consuming to do that. And it's like, I've got a 4-year-old, I've got another baby on the way. I've got a wife. I've got personal friends I want to hang out with. I've got a life I need to live at the same time building my business. And that's not going to happen if I do everything. So outsourcing the prepping and the shipping for your Amazon business, fantastic investment. I'm telling you, even if you're going to make a little less profit because you have to pay somebody to do that part, you're getting your time back, and your time is your most valuable asset. Whether you want to use your time to go and source more product, or you want to use your time to spend doing whatever you want to live your life. I think too many times, and because I spent years doing this, too many times people get caught up building their business and being workaholics that they forget to actually live the life that they're supposed to be living right now. Right? We're all building this business for, you know, someday I can have the time freedom. But if you always live in that mindset, one day you're going to realize you might have the money now to have time freedom, but now you're aged, right? If you're working look at the typical jobs, right? We're taught growing up. Obviously there's a big shift right now in society, but it's like, you know, when I was a kid, I watched my parents suffer paycheck to paycheck and all this kind of stuff. And so from that day forward, I realized that the system was messed up. Why slave at a regular job for 40 years, paycheck to paycheck, to build this little bit of a retirement fund that you get to retire on when you're 60, and then you only have like maybe 20 good years left, and you may not be physically able to go do the fun stuff that you wanted to do when you were 30, and you said, one day I'm going to have the money to do this. Like, it's just it's a complete weird, like, mind cycle when you start to dive into it. And I just decided, you know what, 2018, I spent way too many hours, like, just working hard. 2019 is my year of efficiency. I want to work the same amount of hours, but I want to make more money, and I want to be able to do it more efficiently to where I get some of my time back to then spend living my life. I get to go travel a lot more this year. I'm already being intentional with family time that we're going to spend together. I've been home for family dinners by like 7 p.m. each night, which was rare last year. And this is just real life stuff, right? The point of me doing this YouTube channel has not changed. In almost 3.5 years I've been running this channel, nothing's changed. I'm here to document my journey, the ups and the downs, and that's what you get. So that's my little tangent for the night. Next question. All right, let me scroll back up. I think I missed a few. Matt, take it all off. Y'all don't want to see that. Give me like 6 months when I'm all shredded with a six-pack, and then maybe that's a whole different YouTube channel right there. I'm not even going to go down that path. Richie, thank you so much for showing the support, the super chat from Boston. Thank you. Oh, that's awesome. All the way down from Sydney. I love that, like, the internet just blows my mind. We can all sit here at the same time. I mean, I'm the only one on video, but we can all be on video together. You know, in theory, we're all here at the same time, all across the world. Just, I love it. Shoe versus book flipping, what's better? Whatever one you want to do. Here, I get this kind of question all the time. It's phrased differently, but it's always kind of the same foundation. Everyone's always like, what type of product should I be selling? What category should I focus on? I tell them whatever one you want. Because here's the reality. You name any product category, and I'll show you a $1 million seller in that category. There are millionaires in every category selling every type of product. So it's not a matter of which product or category is better. It's about which one you want to do. Which one you have, the more knowledge you have about a category or a product, the more opportunities that you're going to have. So whatever you have knowledge currently in, or passion, right? You don't necessarily have to have a bunch of knowledge, that passion for something, but that's what I tell people to go for. Go for what you know. Like, if I have to choose a category, I'm going to choose personal care and health and wellness because I know the human body. That's my background. I came from doing personal training and massage therapy for many years. So that's the background I have. That's the knowledge. That's one of my passions. So anything dealing with the human body, I'm all about it. Yes. Richard nailed it too. QuickBooks, because, or he said QuickBooks for the win, especially if you need payroll processing. And that's one of the reasons I'm going to be switching over this year, because this year we're having a transition where I'm going to be paying more people, typically a lot more money than last year, because last year I tried to do everything myself. And I learned I can't do everything myself. I got burnt out. And so this year, I don't mind paying people to do crap anymore. I completely let go of that control. Like my guy Ryan was in here earlier, and this is all wholesale product. We had a wholesale delivery today. That's all wholesale product that it got here. I showed him what the buy cost was for everything, and I laid out how I wanted stuff done. And then I came over to my computer. I didn't once look back to have to check on him. I have let go of my control, right? Of course, I'll quality check when I need to and stuff like that, make sure everything's done properly. But not once did I have this overwhelming sensation or this anxiety of, I need to look back there and make sure he's doing everything right. So I'm more than happy to be hiring people this year. And of course, with that comes payroll and all that. So QuickBooks is going to be a good way to do it. Yeah, get the bed risers. Guys, go to Walmart. You don't even have to thrift them. You can get like an 8-pack or 4 or 8-pack of those for like $10. Best investment you'll make in your body. Trust me, it'll save your back. That's the same, and it's the same reason I got this standing desk. Like, you don't have to get a fancy one, right? This thing was $180, and you guys saw it in my what was that? My Workstation video. If you guys saw that one, this is the desk. Like the handles on the side brings it up. It was $180. You don't have to do that. You can literally stack your computer on books. They're free because they're probably laying around your house or your garage. Stack a bunch of books and then work from your computer standing up. I'm telling you, your body is going to feel better. And when you feel better, you have more energy. I'm telling you, just do it. Like, start making these changes this year. Hey, DJ West, I got one step ahead of you. He said, would love to see a how to do an Amazon shipment video. I did one 3 years ago, the most popular YouTube video on our entire channel 3 years later. Go to our channel, filter down by most popular. You'll see the video up there. It shows you step by step how to do it all. Who's the most awesome VIP member? Oh, you cannot put me in that position. I cannot go down that route. There's oh man, who's the most awesome VIP member? I can't choose one because they're all my favorites. No, seriously though, I've hosted a lot of Facebook groups in my time, because even before reselling and Amazon and eBay, even before this phase of my life, my other phase of life was health and wellness and fitness. And I hosted a lot of Facebook groups back then too. And this group, the VIP groups you guys have heard about, hands down, best one I've ever had the privilege to get in there and host. It's been fantastic. How about specifically a virtual assistant? Do you have to hire them full time? No, I just hired 3 virtual assistants yesterday. And what did I put them at? I put them at 10 hours per week. One is 4, 2 of them are $5 an hour. So for $50 for the whole week, they can work 10 hours, whatever you need them to do. If they don't already have the skill set, then they'll learn from you, like whatever you need done. If you need them to do something in a specific way, here's a tip. Don't just type it to them. Create a video of you doing it and then send them that video so they can duplicate exactly how you want it done. But yeah, you can hire VAs 5 hours for the week, $4 an hour is $20. And then as they do better and you get more workload, of course, you can bump them up. And then you find ones as you work with them. I've worked with a lot by now. They're not all good. Let me tell you that. You're going to go through a few, right? Here's the thing. Get ready to fire quick if you need to. Like if you just feel out of the gate, they're not performing at the level you need them to, like just let them go quick and then keep going through the process. You will find ones that rise up and they just like crush the workload. Those are the ones that become part of your core team. I've had the huge rare opportunity to meet one of my virtual assistants. He came here to the office. That video that he got featured in is actually going to drop on Monday. Our new vlog is coming out, and you guys will see that he just happens to live in Portland, and he was on Upwork, and I hired him as a virtual assistant, and he was out of state at the time, and we finally got the chance for him to come down here. We met up and we game planned a bunch of cool stuff. It was a really, really cool scenario, but he was one of the ones that rose up. He crushed the workload. Like he completely just overachieved the whole thing, and it was great. And so now he's my lead virtual assistant of our whole team. And that's just all time and practice, guys. That's not going to come quick and easy. It takes time and practice. Do you have any video or content on hiring virtual assistants? Not on YouTube yet. We've done dedicated videos on talking about virtual assistants and outsourcing in our VIP group, but I haven't done any for YouTube yet. I will this year. It's on my list. That's actually part of, I'm putting together a little FBA for beginners course, and that's part of the course that's going to be in there. What barcode scanners do you use, and can they scan barcodes from your computer monitor? Yes. I don't know. I ordered it a while ago, so I can't pull up the exact model right now. And oh, it's over here. Let me grab that. So I do not have which model this is. Yeah, it's just like a regular China, like no brand white label thing. So barcode scanner. There we go. Look at that. It's even got a flashlight on it. So these are really, really handy. You can get the wired one, which I used for 2 years. And then a year ago, I got this one, which is wireless, because now when we do our shipments, you can see we line up our products all along these tables here. Now, when you do your shipments, you don't have to worry about the stupid cord and like bringing your computer with you or picking up the product, walking to your computer back and forth. This thing's wireless. You can plug it in via cord, and it's also got, you got to charge it up every now and then. But this thing, you can just boom, 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 it's done. These are a little bit more expensive. I think on the low end, you can find them for about 30, 35 bucks. On the higher end, I think I paid 50 for this one. I do have one of these. If you guys want to go actually look at these, go to sidehustleprosgear.com and you can see our affiliate storefront. Of course, being affiliate, it is going to be a commission kickback if you order through there. So we thank you for the support if you do choose that. But wireless, yeah, it's been great. What do you have the virtual assistant do? You can have them do anything. Like literally keep a mental log, keep a mental note. When you sit down at your computer for the next week, keep track of everything you do in your business that requires you to be at your computer. You can outsource that part to a virtual assistant, no matter what it is. For us personally, we mainly use our virtual assistants for an online arbitrage business that we run and our own personal arbitrage leads. So I train them on how to run tactical arbitrage the way I like it run. They provide us leads. They help us filter down, and we have a service that we provide other Amazon sellers with that too. So that's kind of our core team. And then every now and then, if I have special projects, like, hey, I want you to run through this ad and give me personally a list. If I want them to go through and create graphics for me, mess around with Excel stuff that I'm not great at, right? A lot of virtual assistants have crazy knowledge when it comes to anything with the computer. So Excel sheets, Photoshop, all that stuff. And then I also have a virtual assistant who actually lives in Seattle, and I get to meet him this month in February, which I'm pumped for. P.S. Seattle, I'm going to, not just me and Trista are going to take a thrifting trip up there for a couple days. Tuesday the 19th, I think we're going to try to do a little dinner meetup. So if you're in Seattle and you happen to catch this video in time, Tuesday the 19th or 20th, we haven't decided which night yet, we're going to do a little dinner meetup up there. So shoot me an email if you're in Seattle. But he's up there and he's my video editor. So he edits all my vlog stuff because I love video editing, but it's so freaking time consuming. I don't love how long it takes. I'm not great at it, but I do enjoy it. It's almost like, it's almost meditative in a way, like put my headphones in, just go to town on it. I love it, but it's really, really time consuming. So I don't do it myself anymore. And I give him all the files due. Do you bundle single sealed blank VHS and sell new as a 3-pack. Not on Amazon. If you're selling anything new on Amazon, it has to be sent in the way that the manufacturer considered it new. So and again, this is all personal opinion. Some of that is TOS as well, but yeah, I would definitely not do that on Amazon. On eBay, sure. I mean, if they're factory sealed and they're new, you can tell them as a 3-pack is new, then go for it. Hired a Fiverr to finish my website. $45 saved me 2 weeks of frustration. I hear you on that one, Kristen. Is it Christine or Kristen? Because it can go either way. I know 2 different people that spell it the same way and have 2 different pronunciations. Yeah, website stuff, man. Here's the thing. I know how to do website stuff. I know how to do HTML configurations and editing and building websites. Like I've done that before, right? I used to rip apart computers in my free time. That's how much of a nerd I was back then. And so even though I know how to do this kind of stuff, same thing with video editing. I know how to video edit and I do enjoy it, but it's not worth my time anymore. So especially with websites, outsource that stuff. Websites take forever to do anything on. Do you have any virtual assistants that live outside the US? Yes. We've got 2 virtual assistants that live here in the US, one in Portland, one in Seattle. I completely lucked out. That was not like I worked hard to find them. I just lucked out. They were both on the West Coast near me. I've met one of them. I get to meet my Seattle one this month. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4 virtual assistants specifically for online arbitrage that live in the Philippines. And then I've got 1 virtual assistant, I'm sure I remember, India, that does some of my graphics. And I'm telling you, if you want a US based one, they're going to be more expensive. Let me just tell you that. It's going to be really tough to find a US based virtual assistant that's going to work for $5 an hour. It's not going to happen. You're going to look more towards 10, 15, 20, $25 an hour for that. But overseas, $3, $4, $5 an hour is totally normal. And that's a good wage for them too. Everyone's like, well, why do you pay them so little? Like for them, $5 an hour. I don't know the exact equation, so don't quote me on this, but I've heard many people say, and I've talked to many virtual assistants, and I asked them, like, if I'm going to pay you, $5 per hour, that's the equivalent to somebody making 40 grand a year here. Like, it's crazy, the conversion difference. Any cool book recommendations? Oh man, I've got stacks of my favorite books. Like, you just name a category that you want to embark in, and I'm getting way heavier into reading again this year. I didn't read hardly at all last year. It's funny. Last year was one of my biggest struggle years, and it was the year that I did the least amount of personal growth stuff. So I definitely noticed a correlation there, which is why I'm reading a lot more this year. If you haven't, I would highly recommend a couple books that were my foundation, and I live and breathe these books on a daily basis now. Here's the thing. They're not going to be any like groundbreaking, here's how you triple your income in the next 60 days types of books. But if you implement the fundamentals of these books, they will literally change or alter the path of your life. It's going to take months and years for you to notice it, but it will work. The Compound Effect by Darren Hardy was probably the biggest game changer book ever. And I've talked about that a couple times here on the channel. It's on my to-do list to start creating book reviews for you guys here on this channel, because I'm a firm believer in personal growth has a direct reflection in every other aspect of your life, especially your business. So the Compound Effect, Darren Hardy, would probably be my number one. And it talks about the compound effect. What is it? The compound effect is simple. Your today's choices and actions, you're not going to see a direct result from, right? You don't eat 500 calories less than normal and then look in the mirror and all of a sudden you're in shape, right? You don't do one workout and then you're looking in the mirror and you're in shape. You don't eat one extra candy bar and then all of a sudden you're really, really out of shape. You don't see the direct reflection today from your actions, but done consistently over time, they compound effect into a big enough result that you start to see a difference. So, and he gives an example in the book too. If you eat 135 calories extra per day, day one, no difference. Day two, no difference. 2 weeks later, not really any changes. But if you do that week after week after week, over the months and the years to come, you're going to see weight gain. It's just going to happen. It's simple science and math. Okay. Same thing in your business. If you're doing activities that might help you produce a couple cents extra per day, right? The one little extra thing that you might be able to do that will help you make 5 cents extra per day. Day one, wow, I got a nickel. Great. Day two, I got a dime. Great. Like, you're not going to see a huge drastic change, but over the years, you're going to make a lot more money. So the compound effect is the long-term, and it's reverse engineering down to today. So today's actions need to be held accountable, because it will literally change your entire life if you allow it to. Another one too is eat that frog. I've talked about this one. I just heard something fall. There shouldn't be anyone in here. I'm going to have to keep an eye on. Luckily with our warehouse we have, and it's locked right now, which is why that tripped me out a little bit. We have a little ding dong, like a little door sound effect thing when they open. That was just weird. But yeah, so compound effect can work in any aspect of your life. Another great one too is called Eat That Frog by Brian Tracy. And I love this one because it's about the theory that if you are forced, like, you cannot say no. If you are forced to eat a lineup of frogs every day, start with the biggest, nastiest one first, because the rest of them are just going to be a piece of cake and cruise on by. Okay. So the whole premise is it's your to-do list. Start with your biggest task first, get that done. I'm telling you, the rest of the day, like, that's how I do my business now. My business in 2019 is no longer about procrastinating the big stuff and doing the little things throughout the day. 2019 for me is when I get to the office, sometimes it's 9 a.m., sometimes it's 10 a.m., sometimes it's noon, depends what my morning looks like. I spend a lot of time with my little boy right now in the mornings. I take my time, I go to the gym, I take care of my brain and my body first. And so if I get in here at 10, I go to my whiteboard, I write out what my to-do list is today. I get the biggest one done first. Changes my entire day, and I get way more done. And I'm able to have a stress-free, no anxiety work day. Because if I wait until the very end of the day to do my big project that needs to be done, guess what? All day, I'm thinking about the big thing I don't want to do. Same thing with some of you in doing your workouts and your exercise. Some of you are telling yourselves, I'm going to sleep in. And if you sleep in or oversleep, what do? You're going to wake up and you're going to tell yourself, oh, it's okay. I'm going to do my workout after work. And then after work gets here and you're like, well, I'm going to eat dinner, play with the kids, and then I'll do my workout when they go to bed. And then, like, it's all you're thinking about all day is this thing you don't want to do. And so I'm telling you, when you reverse that and just do it first thing, changes the game. You're going to be way more productive. Yeah, I could do a whole 2-hour episode just on books. Like, I've done a lot of reading, which has helped develop the mindset that I have now. Because I've gotten messages too in the past, not often, but I get people who are like, oh my gosh, I wish I had the mentality that you do. It seems like you're so mentally strong. It's like, well, I am mentally tough now. I've built thick skin because, one, of experience, and two, I have read a lot of books, watched a lot of videos, gone to many conferences, and implemented enough that I have developed where I am today. And I'm not even complete. No one's ever complete. Who I see myself as, I'm not even currently near that yet. Like, this year is going to be huge for me on a personal level. Because I know, like, the person I'm going to grow into, I can't fit those shoes where I stand today, but I know at the end of this year, I'm going to look back to today and I'm going to see how much I've grown. So I'm going to talk about that a lot more on this channel. So if you guys are not ready to get uncomfortable and grow as a human being, as a person, it's you got to get ready for it. Rough estimates for payout from Amazon sales, days, months, etc. Rough estimate for payout from Amazon sales, days, months, etc. Can you clarify the question? You're talking like when Amazon pays out? It's every 2 weeks. Unless you have a really old account or a really new account, they give you the daily payout option. But yeah, if you can clarify. Ever think about changing your start time? Because Pete is also same time as you. Here's what we've learned about hosting live shows. It's never going to be the perfect time. Everyone is hosting a live show throughout the entire week. So no matter what day and time, it seems like somebody's going live now. We just have to do what works best for our schedule on Fridays at 5 right now. It may change, but currently with our schedule, our babysitting schedule, Fridays at 5 are what we have right now. Because it was the same thing. Like we were doing Thursdays at 6 for a while, and then we were doing Mondays at 6, and then it's like everyone else is doing live shows. So I can no longer work around everyone else's schedule. We have to do what works for us right now. And shout out to if you're watching both right now. That's just multitasking on a different level. Yeah, you remember I broke down. I've been ridiculously transparent on this YouTube channel over the last 3.5 years. You guys have seen me when I'm like, I feel on top of the world. And then you've seen me where I'm like, I'm burnt out and stressed. And I'm done. Like I have felt both extremes. That's why I'm getting a little more level-headed and smart with the way I want to work and just live my life. I'm getting a lot more efficient. I'm getting a lot more balance with my energy, as far as like energy into time in the business, energy into time with my family, personal time. Like I'm definitely an introvert at heart. Like I need personal quiet time away from everyone, even my own family. And they know this because we've talked about it. Like I need my quiet space. Not often, but I definitely need my quiet space at times. Sometimes it's a couple days in a row. Sometimes it's just for half a day. I know I'm learning to know myself better every single year. And I feel like that's why I'm growing every single year. I feel you on this one. I've gained 20 pounds since I became a full-time reseller 3 years ago. I don't understand why I can't just get up early and walk or work out. Kind of couple things that run through my head with that. One, it's normal. Trust me, I went through it too. So look at my position on where I came from, where I am now. Before reselling, my full-time career was doing massage therapy. Think about what massage therapists do. Okay. Let me get down in position. So we are in a spread leg lunge position. I'm pushing, I'm using my elbows, I'm getting in there, I'm working on clients. And I did a lot of injury recovery stuff. I did sports medicine style stuff. So I was doing a lot of like active mobility work on the clients, helping them recover over their injuries. And I was moving all day. I would work on 6 clients a day for 1 hour each, with like a 1 hour lunch break in there. And that was it. So I was moving all the time. And then I would either first thing in the morning or right when I got off work, I would go hit the gym. And at the time I was doing Spartan races. So I was doing a lot of extra running and cardio stuff. I was lifting weights. Like I was like 30, 40 pounds lighter than what I am now. And then when I got out of the career and started reselling, aside from walking around and sourcing, guess what we do a lot of? We stand at a table. We take photos, right? Click, click. You might do this as your movement to get the angles. And then what do you do when you list? Plop in a chair or on your couch or on the sofa or something, and you're sitting and you're doing your listings. And then guess what? Oh, I got to ship. Here's the miraculous exercise you get when you're shipping. There's your cardio when you're shipping, right? You guys see what I mean there? Like I went from a drastic, like moving all the time, body was in great shape. And then all of a sudden I come to like being stationary. So I even felt the weight gain, the energy drag. That's why I'm getting more back into like the health and the fitness stuff again, because it's part of my core. I know some of you just hate when I talk about it, but sorry. It's going to be part of this channel because it's part of my passions. It's part of my message that I got to preach, right? It's in me. I can't change that. So what's going to happen now is you've got to put in some effort. Okay, this is part 2 where I was piggybacking off of that. Part 2 of this is you said that you don't know why you can't just get up and do it. And I think a lot of it too, and this is just how I operated. I felt the same way because I would constantly just skip workouts, or even worse, I would show up and I would work out, but I'd just kind of go through the motions and then leave and go home. And then at night I would binge, right? I would pig out on beer and pizza and cheesecake and all that fun stuff. Feels great when you're doing it, but then the next day you feel like crap and it's not worth it. And I kept asking myself time and time again, how come I can't just get back on it? And it sucks when you come from kind of athletic background where I was to now, not today, but 6 months ago, a year ago, I was a completely different human being. And I got so sick and tired of it. So what I did was I stopped relying on motivation, because I think that's the core of it. And this may not be your situation, so I could be dead wrong on this. If you stop relying on being motivated to do stuff and just show up and start doing it to build momentum, the momentum that creates the results is what creates more motivation to keep doing it. Everyone's got it backwards here. Everyone's waiting to feel motivated to get up and do something. Same thing in your business too. Like, this isn't just fitness talk. Same thing in your business. If you're sitting around waiting to feel motivated to start wholesale, or motivated to go out and do garage sales, or motivated to even start your reselling business, you're never going to feel motivated to do it. You might have temporary spikes of feeling pumped up to do it, right? Especially when I go on these little tangents, like right now. After these tangents, I always get messages, and some of you might message me, which is fine. I love hearing about it. But some of you message me after I do these little talks, and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I needed that talk that you gave me. I'm going to go out and crush it. And I always say the same thing, like, that's great. But you have to understand that motivation, that level of excitement is a temporary state of mind. You are going to lose that motivation, and you're going to come back down to neutral, your home base. And guess what? Your neutral home base is not pumped up to go do shit. Your neutral base does not want to go work out. Okay? Because I know some of you are like, oh, I'm going to start working out after hearing this. Like, okay, cool, but don't rely on the motivation. It's going to let you down. Okay? So what you do, instead of relying on being motivated to do something, you have to do something first, and that will create momentum, which creates motivation. Okay? That's like, everyone always does it backwards. Like, I'm not motivated to work out. It's like, well, you're not motivated to work out because you don't work out, which creates the motivation. Okay? You got it backwards, so you got to switch around. My recommendation is, and I know not everyone agrees with this, and that's fine. Here's my recommendation. Get up and start. I don't care if it's walking, because you mentioned getting up and going walking. I'm not even exaggerating on this. I want you to get up tomorrow and walk for 5 minutes. That's it. Literally 5 minutes. Tell yourself that. Go walk for 5 minutes. And then guess what? The next day, go walk for 5 minutes. And then on the third day, walk for 10 minutes. I think a lot of people are also trying to jump in, they're trying to go all in right out of the gate. And it's overwhelming, because I've done that many times. If you jump all in and you're like, I'm going to do an hour of jogging, and I'm going to do 1,000 push-ups, and I'm just going to eat nothing but chicken salads all day, like, you're not going to last long. So you've got to start baby steps sometimes. Some people go all in and they crush it, and that's great. That's not normal people. Some people are very abnormal. You've got to just start baby steps. So if that's a 5-minute walk, just having one healthy meal per day, and then you can eat whatever you want, I don't care. Just baby step in the beginning for the first couple weeks, and just work in more exercise, cleaning up your nutrition even more, and you will get there. That's what builds consistency and discipline, and then you start to feel motivated to keep doing it. That's my 2 cents. Or you can just keep on the route you're going on. Here's my last little plug. You can keep going on the exact path that you're going right now, but let me ask you one question. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? And if you don't like what the result of that looks like, you need to change your shit today. Like, that's the kind of stuff I tell myself. That's why I got my act together. Okay. That's why 3 weeks ago, I'm like, I'm done. Start and quit and restart again. And I love this quote. If you are tired of giving up, then stop restarting every single thing. If you're tired of that feeling of quitting, right? Because we all know what that feels like. Just complete disgust with yourself. I've been there. You feel complete disgust with yourself, and that feeling of quitting, you're just throwing the towel and you're done. But then a month later, you're like, well, I'm going to get back on it on Monday. That feeling sucks. So if you're tired of feeling like that, then just stop quitting. Trust me, you're going to feel a way better. Just give it like 30 solid days of consistent effort. You're going to feel so much better. I can promise you that, but only if you work for it. I always get this question. What's the largest income branch of our business? So here's how our business is structured. We are side hustle pros, not because we're just Amazon sellers or just service providers for fellow sellers or just eBay or just this or just that. We have literally split up our business into like 5 or 6 different legs, depending how much you want to break it down, but basically about 5 legs, 5 pillars, 5 sources of income, and they're pretty even. Reselling this year is going to take over though, because I want our reselling business to be the source of income. And then all the rest of it is just, I mean, it's pretty much just gonna be fun. So that's kind of the transition we made this year. So I'm doing a lot more wholesale orders, got a couple of really good suppliers. So doing a lot more wholesale this year, online arbitrage. I'm probably going to do a lot less retail arbitrage this year because, like I talked about earlier, I need my time back in my life. I want to live my life this year. I do not want to be so focused on building a business that I forget to live a life, which is why we build a business to begin with, right? I sometimes forget why I started, and that's just being real. I sometimes forget the freedom that I once wanted in my life to do the things I want, that when I got it and I enjoyed it for a while, I kind of forgot about how great it really is. And I got so focused on like all the tedious business stuff and working long days and being here till midnight each night. It's just not worth it. So this year I'm going to do a lot less retail stuff. I'm going to do a lot more online arbitrage, wholesale. I've got a couple private label products. We've had a couple times where it's like we kind of start a private label product and then just something it's not the right time. Like something doesn't feel right about it. And then we back out. This year I'm just committing to 2 products. That's it. Again, I'm not jumping all in. I'm baby stepping the private label world. I'm not going to be like, I want 10 products launched this year. Like if I get my 2 that I have in my head, I'm going to be more than happy. eBay store is SHP Tech. That's that whole, basically, this whole corner is SHP Tech. I think I hear, I thought Wifey was back, but she's not. I'm new to retail FBA. I bought some things. I'm ready to send them in to Amazon. I'm at a roadblock and finding Seller Central to be confusing. Do you have any sites or videos to help educate me? Yeah, everywhere on YouTube. There's so many great YouTube videos. Like, I wish you guys could have seen the way that we had to start 3.5, 4 years ago. Like, we didn't have the YouTube videos we have now. Like, I was watching Steve Rakin. He was #1 on my book. Still an amazing channel to follow. He was like the only guy putting out really good content. Pete was doing really good content. There was only a couple guys doing it, but not nearly any of the content that you guys have access to now. There's so much out there. So just literally, if you want to do retail arbitrage, just type in retail arbitrage FBA, consume the videos, but more importantly than consuming the videos and the content is going out and practicing. You'll learn everything you need about doing retail arbitrage by doing retail arbitrage. New rule, no going live while I'm sourcing. My bad. Oh, Matt, I'm so game. Go to Virginia and do a keg workout. Kegs are no joke. Those get heavy. I helped out with a beer festival a couple years ago, and I was in charge of swapping out all the kegs all night. There was like 70 different ones. Man, I was sweating like a beast. This was the middle of July. It was like 90 degrees during that day. Just hauling kegs around all day. It's no joke. Definitely will get you. Yeah, check out Martin Keller. One of our VIP members started a YouTube channel. Dude is crushing it in retail right now. How do I scale the fastest? I just switched my eBay to a store. I am aiming for 5K a month. Just get to work. Yeah, I was going to do a video. I'm still going to do it, but I'm never one to do like the clickbait titles. That's not how I want to get my views. I don't want to have clickbait titles that draw my views. But I want to do a tiny little clickbait. I think I've earned like one tiny little clickbait title. And I want to say eBay is an easy business. Just because I know people are going to lose their minds. They're going to be like, what? eBay's not easy. Building a business is tough. Like, okay, I agree. It's tough. The process of how running an eBay business is simple. Find products, take photos, list them, and ship them. It's a very easy process. Okay. It's a very simple method. So if you want to scale, you've got to buy more stuff, list more stuff, and then ship more stuff. That's literally how you do it. So if you want to, how do you sell? How do you build an eBay business the quickest? You get to work. You start buying more. You start putting more money into it. And that's the game that I've learned. Like everyone's always like, how do you go from 5K a month to 10K a month? Well, you do what you did to get to 5K a month. You put more money into it and more product and more time sometimes, unless you outsource. That will get you to 10K. How do you go from 10K a month to 50K a month? You do what you did to get to 10K a month, but find either more efficient ways to source or find more of those products and get to work. It really is such a simple business model. And I can't wait to see the trolls that I get on that video. eBay is an easy business. I'm going to get so much flack for it, but I just think it'd be hilarious. Because it's such a simple business. The hard part is staying consistent, setting a schedule for yourself, making time around family and work to go source. Like that's the tough part. The business itself is simple. Can you scale with retail arbitrage? I'm having a hard time pulling the trigger on wholesale. Yes, to a point. You can scale retail arbitrage. I know people doing retail arbitrage that are doing 80 to 100K per month, and they're doing fine. They have a couple of preppers and shippers. They go out and source, or they might do it with their wife, and they're doing fantastic. As you scale past that, you need to have a team of shoppers. Okay, it's just how you scale an RA business. You have to have a massive team around you, or a couple really dedicated people that just want to go out 12 hours a day and source. Because a lot of it is just putting more money and more time into it. But you can scale it, and it just depends where you want to go to. If you want to go to 5 million a year, it's going to be a lot more difficult, but you can do it if you have a team of shoppers and preppers and shippers. Okay, you can definitely scale RA to a degree. It depends what level you want to go to. If you want to go to 10K a month, absolutely. 20K, 30K, 40K, 50K, doable. But if you want to get to like the 150K, 200K, 300K per month, you're going to need a really good team around you. You're going to need shoppers. It's all just coming up with a system for yourself. Places to find cheap or free bubble wrap. I get mine on Uline. I mean, I haven't price checked a whole lot. I haven't put in the time for it. I just order my stuff on Uline. So I just recommend start there. Sometimes I've gotten really good deals on Amazon from third-party sellers, and maybe it's a glitch, but sometimes we'll have a really low price. eBay itself, people sell supply stuff on there all the time. So you can get like Dymo labels, bubble wrap, tape, all that stuff you can get pretty cheap. I want to do eBay, but I literally have no room to take pictures. Every day I transfer the merch from my bed to the couch. I know how that goes. My first FBA shipments were done out of our living room. And I had like a little ottoman, and I had my computer up there, and I was sitting on the floor bringing my Dollar Tree puzzles that I bought. And that's how I did my first Amazon shipments. And then eventually I worked my way into our garage. I created this little, like, it wasn't even big space. It was literally like just right here in front of my desk. Like that was the space I had. But I mean, you've got to find somewhere in your house. You don't need this, right? You don't need a big table with that. We started with Dollar Tree sells poster boards, like white poster boards. And that was our photo box. Trista taped them together to make a little photo box, and it sat on a desk. And that's what we used for our photos. For like 6 months, we did that. All right, crew, I'm going to go another 5 minutes, and then I've still got some stuff on my whiteboard I got to finish up on. Yeah, coffee table and ottoman. I think people forget that even though I got a warehouse now, like it's super convenient, and I'm really, really thankful for what we have now. Don't forget, I worked out of my garage for 2 years before I got this. Don't forget that, because I've gotten messages of people like, oh, yeah, it's easy for you. You have a warehouse. Yeah, no shit. I remember doing it in my living room and then in my garage. Like, I did that. It cracks me up. Like, I get some of these troll comments, and they either just don't know, or they just seem to forget. Like, I've been there. I've done that. And then the other thing I get too is people will be like, oh, it's easy for you to say. You can source whenever you want. You don't have a real job. You work for yourself now. How do you think I got self-employed? I didn't fall here. I was working on 6 massage clients per day, 6 days a week. They were 10-hour days. I worked a full-time job for many years. And then at night, I was building my side hustles until 2 in the morning. And then I'd wake up, go to work, get back home, eat dinner, hang out with wifey, and then I'd be up till 2 in the morning building my side hustle. That's how I was able to quit my job. Took me 4 years to be able to do that. 4 years of working my ass off. I know what it's like to have a full-time job and build your side hustle. I know what it's like to have the family and build your side hustle. And I'm literally no better than anyone else. And there's people in this chat that are 10 times as smart as I am. Okay? I'm no one special. Trust me. I'm just a dude that knows how to work his ass off to get what I want. And I happen to just open my camera one day and put it on YouTube, and somehow you guys click subscribe. That's my life summed up. Yeah. Let me plug Matthew Hartle real quick. You talk about side hustle pros. This dude is the epitome of what we teach. This guy doesn't just resell. He owns and operates a brewery. He owns and operates a massive kickball league. Like, this guy runs legit businesses. And he's crushing it. And he still makes time to do the things that he wants to do. But it's all, you've got to be intentional with it. Sorry, y'all. I didn't mean to go on a little tangent. It's just, it cracks me up. Some of the messages I get, like, people don't realize, like, I know. I've been there. Like, I haven't had it as bad as some of you guys have. I don't know what some of you guys go through, but I know what it's like to have a full-time job and build a side hustle. I've walked the trenches. I've been in the mud. I know. I'm still going through it. It just cracks me up, man. That's right. I'm just a dude. I love just chilling on these live chats. It's so fun. If you guys ever come on here to like see fanciness, you won't find it. What did I start selling first? My very first flip. It's funny because Trista and I were talking about this a couple weeks ago. technically, before I thought like a reseller, I used to, when was this? This would have been the second year that iPhones came out. And I didn't know that there was such a world of reselling. I didn't realize there was a world of flipping stuff. But back when the second iPhone came out, I was buying up old iPhones on Craigslist because that's all we had back then. I was buying up old iPhones on Craigslist for like $150 and I was reselling them for $200. And I would have people come meet me where I was at. So I just pocket $50 per transaction. And I did that on many phones. So that was technically like my first reselling thing. I don't remember how old I was. And then my first legit reseller flip when I got into the business was a Dollar Tree puzzle from Dollar Tree. It was an Avengers Dollar Tree puzzle. Bought these for $1 and I sold them at $7.49 via FBA. Now keep in mind, this was before the fees. This was 3.5 years ago. The fees were a lot less. So off of the $7.49, I made like a $3 profit and I blew through several of those. That was my first actual flip. Is Trista going to make her own YouTube channel for Poshmark finds? No. Trista does not like being on video. And she's been open about that. Like she loves connecting with you guys, and she's way more like face-to-face interaction. Like if any of you guys have been to any of our meetups that we host around the US, Trista, like that's her game. She loves the face-to-face. She doesn't like the video thing. So she'll come on the channel and do live chats and stuff. She likes the interaction we get with the chat, but as far as like creating her own channel, yeah, she won't. I wish she would, but she won't. I know. I told her that earlier. You guys like to see her on video. I told her that. I'm like, I even pointed out, I'm like, your live show with me, like when she's on the show, it gets way more views than when it's just me. And I know that. So I'm slowly dragging her back in. She's coming. She was 100% ready. She had like, for those ladies that understand, she went through the trouble of like putting makeup on. Like she wanted to look good. Not that she doesn't without it, right? But yeah, she's like, I put makeup on for this. I'm going to be here. I'm going to do it. And literally 10 minutes before we hit record on this thing, her tire was flat. So she's been getting that fixed. She's probably been creeping in the chat this whole time too. We do make a great team, but keep in mind that took years. We've been married. This year will be 8 years. It took probably a good 4 or 5 years of active effort and like developing the relationship that we have now. Especially, it's a completely different world when you go from just being married to then running businesses together. Whole different ballgame, right? There's all kinds of different things you gotta do when you get to that world. But yeah, she's a blessing. She really is. How do you keep from butting heads? We butt heads all the time. We butt heads like 3 different times today, but we've developed enough communication and trust and respect with each other that it doesn't blow up into like this huge thing. So we butt heads all the time. We don't agree with everything. And it's just part of being married. Like that's totally fine. But I think it's the couples that don't have a healthy level of communication or respect for each other that ultimately have the biggest issues. And I think that's one of the reasons like we do have a legit great relationship. It's taken a lot of active working at it, right? And we're not perfect. No one ever is. But it's once you have that level of communication, and I think this goes for any relationship, not just like a spouse, but think about like your relationship with your family, think about your relationship with your friends, like the communication level, you get your communication down and level of acceptance for each other down, like you're good. All right, crew, I'm out. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys. I real quick want to refresh the channel so I can eyeball. We're at 99, Yeah, so I think probably by midnight we may get there. We'll see. We'll see. We're gonna be 100K by midnight. That's what I'm estimating. So thank each and every one of you for being here. Seriously, especially those of you that hang out and watch the entire thing, because I don't do short videos when it comes to live stuff, because I don't want to just be on here for like 20 minutes, like answer a few questions. Okay, bye guys. Like, I'm gonna be here. I want to be here and engage with you guys, get your questions answered. And it's just a lot of fun for me to be able to hang out with you guys. This is the closest thing to meeting some of you in person that I'm going to get, unless you come to a meetup. So, yeah, I'll definitely get you posted on that. Meetups coming up are good because everyone always asks where we're going. Seattle, February 19th this month. We'll be in Seattle. If you are in Las Vegas, we are going to be in Las Vegas for the ASD event, March. Let me see if I get my dates right. March 16th through 20th, we'll be in Las Vegas. More than happy to meet up with you guys there. Shoot me an email or message me on Instagram. Just don't message me on Facebook. Facebook is, I'm way beyond getting caught up in Facebook. It's just a madness in there. But Instagram, I'm a little bit better at, and email is my top priority. 136 watching and only 36 likes. Thumbs up, my friends. Thumbs up. If you enjoy the content, you want us to keep coming back producing this stuff, give it a thumbs up. We appreciate it. Thank you so much for tuning in. This has been Chaz, Side Hustle Pros. Peace out, crew. Love y'all. I'll see you on the flip side. You like that? Flip side? That's my new outro. See you on the flip side.